So some of the lead contenders in this race, maybe Conor Maguire from Monaghan Phoenix, the UCD athlete there. Thomas Devaney from Connacht would be Castlebar AC, should be able to compete this. Daniel Stone from Raheny, training with the DTC group there. He's taken off after Conor, and it looks as though those two are going to set the pace. It'd be Evan Fitzgerald from Clonmel. Good tradition of distance running down there in Tip. And we've got the North Belfast athlete, Gavin McCaffrey. They did well as a club in the under-20 race, so we'll be looking for a similar strong performance. With Ben Guyden from Clonliffe on the back of a group of 9 athletes, I think, at the moment. William Fitzgerald from Crockwell AC. I just let the announcer give out his COVID instructions. So Daniel Stone picks up the running then with 11 laps to go. 1:46 through the 600 metres. So Conor McLaughlin, and running alongside Thomas Balthazar from Clonliffe. Conor, a great character from Connacht. We've enjoyed having on some of the under-20 regionals cross-country camps in years gone by. I believe might be a butcher now in Ballina, so good man to get your sausages from. He'll always have a bit of chat for you. But that's the back of the field. The two lads contesting it, the Clonliffe guy alongside the Moycullen athlete. So the lads, I'm not sure if there's a pack to switch up the pace. Conor Maguire's taken it on now. It looks as though they might be all taking alternate laps. Evan Fitzgerald working hard from from Clonmel, sorry, to stay in touch. And I think it's Dylan Wright from Lucan that's chasing them down in 4th place. Thomas Devaney looking very smooth. Yes, the wind just has picked up that slight little bit. You wouldn't say it's windy. Wind really, it's a bit of a crosswind going across the stadium. Swirling around a bit. Normally it tends to be into your face coming from the 200 metre mark, but it looks though it actually is blowing the opposite way today, and is going to be blowing against them as they go around the first curve on the track. Yeah, it looks like a definite conscious plan between the 2 lead athletes, Conor Maguire and Daniel Stone, to switch up the lead. And yeah, they're looking very smooth and efficient. Nice headband to keep the COVID locks in check from Daniel. He'll be one of the contenders for a strong Irish under-23 cross-country team this winter. DCU athlete. It looks like those two might lead the chase for the gold and silver, with an interesting race developing for 3rd place. Evan Fitzgerald is securing that 3rd place position at the moment. He's got a little gap on the next group, but he looks quite, maybe that's his natural running style, quite workmanlike. Arms with a lot of movement. Thomas Devaney behind him, much more controlled. Appearances can be deceptive, though. There's no prizes for style. Yeah. So Thomas is leading the group with looks like Dylan Wright and Willie Fitzgerald. Nice cadence from the two runners out front, Connor and Daniel. And looks though they're swapping, maybe going to swap the lead up on the back straight. Yeah, Connor just moved out to let Daniel through. Sensible stuff. It's tough to try and go out and run a 5,000 meters on your own. And the guys clearly want to post a reasonable time. So they're going to come through here with 7 laps to go. So I'm just doing a bit of maths here. They must have been through the 2K and well inside the 6 minutes anyway. I'll try and get a more useful split for you shortly. So that was 6:27 through with 7 laps to go. Nice little race developing behind them. So the bunch of 5 athletes maybe in the mix for that bronze medal. Yeah, Thomas looks tall and strong. Tucked in behind him is William. But it's Evan Fitzgerald making all the running for that group at the moment. Be interesting to see if he pays the price for pushing it on and doing the work for the others as we get into that tactical last kilometre. Yeah, the two lads locked in a little battle of their own at the back of the field. It's Conor McLaughlin and Thomas Balthazar from Clonliffe, and they were still moving quite smoothly. Interesting to see who comes out on top of that little battle. So little groups all around the track having their own little races. Daniel moving well. Connor sat him in on the shoulder. So these guys just choking off the laps, switching it up. As William Fitzgerald moves into the 3rd place position to take it up for that group. Gap not really been extended too much, but I think our winner is going to come from the 2 lads out front.
You need to check in with Cecil at the front gate. So athletes who qualify for finals, you need to check in again with Cecil at the front gate. Thank you.
Yes. And yeah, and it's Ben Guyden from Clonliffe just he's stuck a little bit in no man's land between 2 groups there. If he can make up the ground, we've got two athletes out in front, swapping up the lead, trying to keep a nice rhythm and run a decent time. And then we've got a group of 4 athletes in the race for 3rd with Ben just sat off that by about 10 metres. So it'd be interesting what the pact is between these 2 guys. Are they going to cross the line together, hand in hand, or is it every man for himself when he gets to the final K or the final lap? I imagine there's been some conversation before the race, much like in the Tour de France where things were agreed in the field and they carve out how the tactics are going to work somewhat. But there is a national title at stake, so I'm sure there'll be a chase on to see who can come out on top. We're missing Mihal Power from this race. He's already posted a under 23 standard of 13:55, I think, in earlier in the season. But he worked very hard at the European 10K Cup, making a tough step up to 10,000 meters for an under 23 athlete, and he is still recovering from that. So he's hoping to get himself ready to contest the European under U23 championships if selected. But yeah, 10,000 meter running on the track does take it out of the legs. So quite a tough schedule for Micheál this summer. Also, David McGlynn has got a standard in the 10,000 meters, and he's preparing for hopefully towards the championships as well. He might have been a contender in this race. But the guys really are moving well. They've worked well together. They've not really, interestingly, Thomas Devaney takes up the third spot. Those guys maybe have not got a definitive gap on the rest of the field. Thomas is driving it on with William Fitzgerald sat behind him. The gap is, I'd say, about 30 meters. And it looks as though it's a conscious effort from Devaney to try and close on the two leaders. So maybe they've got a little bit, the concentration has drifted slightly and the pace had maybe dropped a little bit, but it's Daniel Stone and Conor Maguire. DCU and UCD athletes locked in a little, well, I wouldn't say battle at the moment, because it's been clearly a bit of teamwork between the two of them up to date. But yeah, Thomas Devaney is definitely closing that gap. It looks as though the lads have started to wake up a little bit now. And after setting the early pace, Evan Fitzgerald starting to look strong again. Sat on William Fitzgerald from the Crockwell and Clonliffe athletes. Yeah, that's Thomas is definitely back in touch with the two lads. We're down to about 8 meters, and he's definitely got the momentum. Be interesting to see if the guys have been having a rest, or if they can respond to the challenge, or if Thomas is going to get in the mix in the race for the medals. Yeah, so nearly not quite made it back to the group. Conor Maguire tries to stretch it out, making it harder for Thomas to get on. Long striding Thomas Devaney is in touch now with Daniel Stone. Guys with 2 laps to go. So Conor now as the pact is over, and Conor is kicked away from Daniel Stone. Thomas has split the two of them. He worked pretty hard though to close that gap, but has he timed his effort right? Conor with a little lead still, but the momentum still looks to be with Devaney. 600 meters to go. That's 13:12 they're coming through in, so they should be inside 15 minutes. Maybe nearer to 14:45. We'll see. See how they finish. Here we go. So coming up to a lap to go. Conor Maguire from Monaghan, Phoenix. Training over there in UCD on the other side of the city. Hits the lap button. Can Thomas Devaney make any dint on his lead? And it's actually Evan Fitzgerald that's taken up the 3rd place. Daniel Stone may be paying for going after a decent time at the start. He's just been passed by William Fitzgerald from Crockwell. But he looks as though he's having a little bit of a chance to recover on the back of William. It's going to be a little battle there for 4th and 5th place. Conor Maguire has kicked away and looks like he's got definite lead over Thomas Devaney, and it's Evan Fitzgerald, who actually was our early leader, that is finishing strongly again. He looks a little bit like his running style is not too dissimilar to the Munsell brothers, 2 other Clonmel athletes, the strong seniors. So we've got a sprint on here. Conor's safe for the win of the under-23 race, but it's Thomas Devaney versus Evan Fitzgerald for the 2nd and 3rd place. And Thomas is just holding his form and he's going to take the second. Very happy with that. And Evan into third. Daniel Stone rallied again, has come back and taken the 4th place. And we'll be close to the 15-minute mark with William Fitzgerald. And then Ben Guyden finishing strongly. From here, it looks like that was Dylan Wright. I'm not sure if Jackie can